How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Steel City Motors and another vehicle highlight. Today we are looking at one of the more popular kind of body styles and models that we sell over here. This is a 2016 Mazda CX-5. This is a really cool little mid-sized SUV, and it's been really popular with our clients lately. To no surprise, because from the styling, interior and exterior, to the comfort and the general performance and just reputation that Mazda has, this is going to be one of those Japanese powerhouses, kind of like Honda and Toyota. It is up there and people do love them. So with that being said, let's get into it. As you can see, the Mazda did get a facelift for the previous generation. We've got those nice red headlamps right here. We've got a really nice kind of updated looking assembly on the headlights, and with those smooth kind of swooping lines on the body, it just overall looks a lot prettier and a lot more sporty and put together. This one is an all-wheel drive, and it has Mazda's typical Skyactiv optimization and performance technology. What Skyactiv basically stands for is combining fuel efficiency and performance and not having to compromise between either, which I think Mazda does very well. Jumping right into this interior, it is quite simple but very nice and comfortable. Mazda just has a really kind of typical look to their interiors. The cloth is a really good quality. Everything is very well contoured. You're sitting on these seats like you're sitting on kind of like a couch or a chair. They have a very good little bit of support to them, and the bucket seats contour the body really well. I am right around 5'10", and I fit into these very comfortably. Plenty of headroom, plenty of leg room, and just a really good kind of comfortable ride overall. Get into the nitty-gritty. We have the typical window controls, and also I really love the little carbon fiber looking trim that we have here, and that little bit of leather trim that we have as well. The seats are cloth. It is a high quality cloth, but I just love the different elements of trim and the little like attention to detail moments with like the ergonomics of the steering wheel, the styling, the material. It's just a really great indicator of how much thought Mazda puts into their stuff. But again, we don't have a ton of controls over here. Everything is mainly on the steering wheel and on the center panel. We've got our indicators, our blinkers, infotainment system, and cruise control stuff right here on the steering wheel. Really nice and easy to access. We've got a analog cluster, and we've got the infotainment screen right here, centralized climate control, and we've got a little bit of controls right here. For the infotainment, we have a dial and a selector button, home button, music, all that good stuff right here. Really easy. Our parking brake is right here next to the shifter, and we do have a sport mode. So all in all, it's just a really nice, easy to navigate kind of thing. And we can just hit the home button, and here is that typical Mazda screen that we all. Now looking at the back seat, you can see that there is still a good bit of room back here. I'll actually hop back there in a minute and show you, even with these guys pushed all the way back. As I always tell people, I'm a bit tall, so I like my seats pushed all the way back, and it is really comfortable there. Here we have the typical cup holders, kind of small, but actually kind of medium sized. That little center console with a little organizer that I apparently dropped down there, but here's our little glove box. Actually quite a bit of room there, and then the typical amount of room off to the side. So let's go take a closer look at that back seat and at the cargo space. Oh, and before I do that, I did want to go over the shifter real quick. It's a really comfortable ergonomic shifter, but we also do have a really nice backup camera, good little bit of resolution there. It's a little harder to see on camera, but it's nice and crisp, and you get a good view of it. Alrighty, welcome to the back seat. So as you can see, good bit of room in here. Let me actually sit down in here all the way and demonstrate it. We don't have an armrest, but we do have kind of a bigger third seat, which I do like. And as I told you, I am right around 5'10", and this is pushed all the way back. It's leaned back, and I still have enough room to sit pretty comfortably. I'm just hanging out here, I don't, feel like I'm being crowded in any way, shape, or form. We also do have those latch, like lower anchor connectors right here for your car seats. But yeah, as you can see, lots of wiggle room, even when everything is leaned all the way back, pushed all the way back, all that good stuff. Good little bit of storage space for your passengers as well. It's kind of like a little bottle holder instead of a cup holder, and those typical kind of pockets back here for whatever you need to store. Jumping on back to the trunk space, we have really nice and easy to open hatch. It almost feels like an automatic because the actuators are super duper smooth, and you have a very ample amount of cargo space, which I think is excellent. This is, as you can see by that line, a 60/40 folding seat, and that will afford you even more room. And we also have areas over here for a cargo shade if you'd like. Utility panel folds back to show everything you need to change your tire. So this is really nice. Lots of room to put stuff around, like tools, jacks, whatever if you need it. Little side panels right here too. But it's just such a nice, easy, light way to access your spare tire. I know a lot of cars are a little bit hard to access in terms of spare tire like compartments, and this one is definitely not that. Real quick on the folding seats, really easy. A little button down here that actually has you fold it down. Boom. It's a little bit harder to do one-handed since I am filming this, but as you can see, you would just have to push this back up. Let me do that, and you will have a really kind of easy way to fold things down. But yeah, when you're not filming something with one hand and folding seats with another, this is actually really easy. This has that little button as I was talking about. It's not hard to pull down, and then you've got quite a bit of room back here. So if you're looking from the cargo space, you have a nice amount of room, even when half of it is folded. This is the 60% folded down. It's not perfectly flat, but it's got a nice gradient transition, so a lot of things can be hauled back here. All right, everybody, that does it for this vehicle highlight. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been really fun kind of going over this car. It's a really great, really versatile car that can be anything from a family car to a work car, road trip car, really anything. It's a really good thing to configure for any occasion. So if you want to come test drive this or any of our inventory, head on over to 1011 Old Cedar Grove Road here in Moody, Alabama, right off of I-20 exit 144. Or if you're not there already, head on over to steelcitymotors.com. We're always putting new stuff in our inventory, including these kind of passenger vehicles and these commercial vehicles. So whatever you need, well, we got you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all are awesome. We will see you on the next one.